Hello, I'm Dave Wilhelmsen, and I want to thank you for being part of this art lesson I'm going to be doing here at Ironwood Cancer Center today. And we're going to be learning to do a lighthouse scene on the seashore, and it's going to be in acrylic paints. And here it is. This is the finished painting, and it's going to be easy and simple and fun. You're going to have a beautiful acrylic painting. Mine is an 11 by 14, so I hope you enjoy it, and we'll see you there. Today we're going to be drawing the lighthouse with the seascape behind it, with the wave crushing and beautiful clouds behind it. So we're going to be sketching in a horizon line, and where on that left side is going to be the lighthouse, and we're going to focus on that and the foreground. The background's quite simple, and the background here and the sea is quite simple. The foreground is going to be the rocks and the landscape with the wave. So we're going to be looking at the blank canvas here, and as you can see, I have a line that goes across in the middle, horizontal line. That's exactly in the middle. This is 11 by 14, and what I did was 5.5 inches up on the left side, 5.5 inches on the right. I drew the horizon line. If you have a ruler, it's fine, or just do it freehand. In the middle here, the middle of the 14, I did 7 inches in the middle, 7 inches on the bottom here, 7 inches on the top, and drew the vertical line there. Okay, so if you see my original painting here, the lighthouse now, we're going to do that after. This is going to be your horizon line for the sea, the ocean. Right from the middle part here over to the right side, I'm going to do about a 1-inch high freeform mountain there. Okay. Then just about 2/3 of the way up from the bottom to the left side here, the middle, 2/3 of the way up, you're going to do this, and you're going to have a line there, and then over here on the bottom right side, you're going to come over to this part, almost an inch in from the end, and we're going to do a sloping line. This is going to be your foreground. This is going to be where the rocks are and the landscaping. Okay, so you have a line going from there, 2/3 up, going down to the corner over here. All right. Now for the lighthouse, and I know you can do it. What we're going to do here is halfway between the left side and the middle line here, halfway, you're going to do a dot in here, which is halfway between the line here, the horizon line, the middle line, and the top. So in there, you can do a light dot. Okay, that's going to be your guide. That's going to be the bottom part. You're going to put a line, let's say about 1.5 inch line there, okay? And you're going to draw a straight line down to the bottom that meets here, all right? Now you're going to do a 3-inch. If this is 1.5 inches, you're going to do a 3-inch, 1.5 inches over here, 1.5 inches over there, dots. Now you're going to connect these the top dot with the bottom dot here. So you have an angled. Okay? That's the base of your lighthouse. Okay? Now what you have here is just a little arch coming up, slight arch, just a very slight arch, okay? And then you have another one right here, slight arch that follows it. And you draw a line there, it hangs over this bottom part. Now, 1 inch up, straight line, 1 inch up from this here, 1 inch up, okay? And then you have that, see that arch? You're going to follow an arch here that comes out, it follows it, okay? But not as far, okay, and it tucks under there. Now you make a triangle. Okay, and that's your lighthouse. Got it? Now, there's a little house on the side that I added and just put like that. I'm going to erase this line so it doesn't confuse you. All right, that's your lighthouse. Now, with just some freestanding things, we're going to start up here for the rock formations. We do a wavy line that comes in and out, all like that. This is going to be all your rock formations. This will be the grass. Okay, So now we're not going to worry about the wave. We're going to line up background colors now, all right? So I already have colors on my palette. I have a white, a medium yellow, a red, a purple, a medium blue, a medium green, and a yellow again. Yeah, yellow, white, yellow, red, purple, medium blue, and a medium green. All right, so right now we're going to focus on the sky. It's going to be easy. I'm going to get a whole bunch of white paint. See, white on my brush. I'm using a number 12 brush and a number 6 brush. 6 and a 12 brush. I find these work well for me. And they're like a watercolor or acrylic brush. These are all acrylics. Now I have all of that. Now I'm going to use half of what was on my brush there, white, and I'm putting half of it is this blue, medium blue. All right, so I'm mixing that together. I'll show you what I come up with here. I'm going to thin it out, 1 load of the water, and this is what I'm getting. I got a medium blue here. All right, that's our sky color. So now I go right to the top, and I go across the whole top here. Okay, cover up the whole top. I'm going to go down the sides. Yeah, almost down to the horizon line. And I'm going to fill that in. I'm going to go around this lighthouse. Okay. You can go over this line here. And we're going to go up to the top. And you can cover that other one that hangs over. That's just going to be later on. I'll show you what to do there. Now you're going to go down side to the lighthouse. I don't have to go down to the horizon line. We're going to be putting clouds in there later. So I'm using a little bit more water to get this. The clouds are going to be big puffy clouds here. Okay, now I'm adding a little bit of purple to that light blue mixture. A little bit of purple into that light blue mixture. And what I do is this distant mountain on the horizon line, I'm going to be putting it in purple. All right. Now, while okay, I'm going to wash out my brush. Okay, here's my paper towel. All right, now I want to do the water, the sea, the ocean. I'm going to go back to that same thing with the purplish blue mixtures. I'm going to add a lot of blue. Fill it up with that blue, medium blue. All right. It's called the deep blue sea. Okay, on the left side between the end here, that horizon line, which is the middle, I got to go cut around this little house that's connected to the lighthouse. If you feel more comfortable with a smaller brush, go ahead. It's going to take you a little longer. Or you can do these brush strokes, really broad strokes, and then come back later and cut in up to the lighthouse. Okay. I'm going to go along here and do the best as possible. Straight line. Follow that straight line. We're going to be coming later on with touching in, cutting in with your brush on the colors if you want. Yeah, it can go. The beauty of acrylic is that it dries so quickly. We can come back and touch up, go over our mistakes. Going over this. Okay, I'm not going to get too concerned down here. I don't want to do it because we're going to have a wave crashing on the bottom against the rocks here. Now, what I'm going to do, this is nice. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to get a little bit of white and make it a little bit lighter. See there? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to streak this in here like this, make it a little lighter. These are like just the waves in the ocean there, the sea. Yeah, so it means it's got some life to it. All right, okay. And now the wave crushing. I'm washing my brush out. I'm going to work on the wave and then the clouds. I'm going to load up a whole bunch of white into that light blue I just had on my brush. And now I have like a very, very light white. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to angle it. Okay, going up at an angle towards the left side here. Okay, you see that? And I want to go, this part goes up like that and swerves. Okay, and swerves. All right, this one goes like that. This one goes down this way. So freeform. Now I'm going to be doing up here. I got to add more white, and just leave that there for now. I'm going to be working on the waves here. Okay. And for this, we're doing the top part. All right. And some lines of white here. Here again, it's like an impressionistic painting view. What would Monet do at the seashore here, the lighthouse? This is funny here. Now I'm going to add a ton of white to this. I want to get the clouds in here. I still have that light blue on my palette, and I want to do the clouds, the puffy clouds. We're going to be using blue again soon, so don't think we're going to get rid of that blue too soon. We're going to use that on the lighthouse, but all right, look at that. All right, now, and over in this corner here, get up against that lighthouse there. Okay, now the blue. Okay, what I got to do is this light blue. All right, I'm going to add a little green, a dab of green, and red, a dab of red. So we're getting this muddy green mixture. I'm adding a little more red because then I'm getting this deep tone to make the shadow. I'm going to get a little bit of white on that, so it's like this an aqua color. So what I want to do is I'm going to go under here. I'm going to add still a little more white to that mixture. Here it goes, under here. What I want to do is get that there. And it's going to go all the way down. I think I'm going to add more white to that. That's so dark. Okay, and we're going to be filling in the white, the lighthouse. Okay. And here we go. That's better, much better. Okay. All right, now we're going to do the green on the bottom here. We're going to take white again. Let's see, over here's I'm going to add yellow, medium yellow, and a little bit of that medium green. So I'm going to have a thing over here. We're going to go in here. I'm going to add some water to it so it thins it out a little bit and it flows. We're going to go along this line here, so freeform it. And this is where the now, as I get down towards the bottom, I add more green. And what I'm going to do is this yellow ochre, which is the beige yellowy color, and I'm going to do that on the bottom. At the very base of the canvas of the painting. All right. Now there we go. And then I want to put a couple dashes of this up here. Behind the, And something over here. Okay, now, the stone part. Okay, we're gonna get this beigey yellow ochre. Okay, I gotta get more white paint out of my paint tube here. And what I gotta do is the yellow ochre, the blue, and the purple, the violet. I'm gonna get that in there, add a little bit of white, and I'm gonna get the stone color in here. Okay, so I'm doing dots and dashes of stone. Yeah, it's gonna line up with the green, mostly. Free form here. Just doing lots of dots and dashes here of this here. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lighten that up with white. Add a little bit of yellow to it, whiten it up, and this is the light part of the stone. Okay, and then we'll come back later and cut in some details here. All right, look at that. And I'm going to add some all the way down here. All right. And I'm going to add more white to that and see what happens here. All right, we got the stones. These are the stones, the boulders. All right, there again, it's an impressionistic acrylic version of this lighthouse by the ocean here. All right, so there we go. And we'll sharpen up some more details later. Now we're going to go back to the lighthouse. Now we have this color I still have on my palette. It's still wet. I'm gonna lighten it up a ton. I'm using a lot of white and I'm adding it to the edge of that color. So let me see. Oh, perfect. This is what I wanted, this color here. It's just a washed out version of this shadow. That same color. To get that color again was the medium blue with a lot of white and some of that yellow ochre and a little dash of purple. And we got that. Alright, so I'm gonna put this on. This little house on the front gets it. There we go. All right, now I got one thing. We got to go back. I still have half of that, a little bit of this color left. So what I got to do is I got to put it in here. I forgot in here and do this. This is like the entrance to the lighthouse. This little house here, and that's the shadow. That's the shadow being trapped. All right, now. And there's a little dark, little purple, and red, and green, and red is this little doorway here. Now, up here, I got red, green, and the yellow ochre, and I'm going to wash that out, and I got a color right up here for the inside of the, I gotta lighten that up a lot, inside of the top of the lighthouse where the glass work is here. I'm gonna lighten that up again. Do these little panels of glass up here. All right, now, oh, there's 3 little windows. Oh my gosh, how could I forget them? 3 little windows. There's 1, 2, 3. All right, now, we're gonna do a little red on the top here, my straight red. I'm going to add a little yellow ochre to it, that beigey color, and a little bit of white. Now I got to do up here, the little cone, a little triangle. A little bit more red. And then I got to add a little bit of blue to that mixture, and I get a down here darker version of it up here with a little bit of blue I added to the red for the shadow. And the railing, I'm going to add blue and purple to get the railing color. Here, this railing. You can use your small brush on this. I am just going along here, so comfortable with this larger brush because it has such a great point on it. So there and there. And I'm making this little fence line here for the lighthouse. The man that runs the lighthouse. And then I'm going to add a little bit of white under there, and I'm going to get this shadow. And I'm going to get this shadow here. All right. And then I got to add some white light in here. So this is the reflection underneath it. All right. Now, let's get back to what's going on down around here. I like to have white, straight white, and we're going to put it on the tip of the waves. Dots and dashes here, and the waves here. And we'll have that spray coming up here, some dots and dashes. Yeah, some there. Okay, now we're going to do the boulders. Just going to highlight them with white. I'm going to use to get a dry brush, I take the big dab of white and I use my thing and I smush it out like that. And I'm going to try to get a dry brush here. We'll get a dry brush for the boulders. You get that rugged feeling. Okay, and I have paint here, just enough on my paper towel. And I drag it across here. Scatter them loosely around. All right, so get a little more paint on there. And I'm going to put now straight. I'm going to put some lines on where these highlights of the boulders are. All right, now to the grass here. I'm going to be doing a little more light green. So I need the yellow, medium yellow, and a dash of green, and more white. And lighten that up a lot. Okay, so now in this one, I'm going to do it strokes of blades of grass, almost like that. All right, some nice grass growing in here. And then this is just very bold strokes, and it jumps out at you with the nice bold colors. All right. And a little bit up here on the edge, top edge of that. All right. Now I want to get more into this clouds up here. Straight white. And what we're doing is straight white here. Some over there, some over here, and then along that mountain line here. You know, I have the back of the canvas showing the white canvas. It plays into this big open area of clouds. Okay? And then what we do is we have All right, and I'm going to highlight the left side of that lighthouse, which has a bright, it's really a white lighthouse base, but it has so many different colors going on in the blue family that shine in the sun. It sort of reflects the ocean here, the sea. All right, so, and then we're going to do a little bit of the darkness for the rocks. I'm using purple again, the yellow ochre, which is like the dark beige, a little red, and then green to offset it, make it that brownish color. Red and green make a really great brownish color. It's so dark, I'm going to add a little bit of white, and let's see. I'm going to come up with this grayish color. And there we go, and it's going to be tucked in above the grass. So they have like that depth to it for the boulders. Look at that. All right, we're getting there. We're almost finished here with this. All right, so up here even, I'm lighting. I added white to it because as it creeps up towards the ocean there, it gets lighter and lighter. There we go, and even more white now. All right. I'm going to highlight let's see, we're going to put some grass in here, dark, like the medium green, the medium blue, and a little bit of purple. And then I'm going to add a dash of red, and I have this real rich dark color. So the blades of grass, I'm going to add a little white to that. And this is like a deep aqua color here. It's going in the grass every once in a while. Down here. Okay, it's just like a impressionistic version of a seashore here. You're going to hear me tapping my easel here with the very, and then I'm going to highlight those blades of grass with a pure white on the top of them. Only a few areas there, so I have white on my brush, and I'm going to stroke it like that. There again, if I get a dry brush, I can do it here. All right, a little bit up here on that grass, those bushes. And what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to get my purple and make it washed out there. Bluish purple. A bluish purple with white along here. Let me get that. Because there's something about the sea when it meets a horizon line, it fades out right here. I'm making it really whitish. Okay, got that. Now I'm going to blend that. Okay, so this is basically a little more with the waves, and I think we're going to be, here we go, that real white cresting foam. Okay, so there we go. Now we're going to get that, and that's the thing here. This way here we got it, and we got this, and some highlights again on the boulders, and on the clouds. I think we're looking really good there now. Oh, a little bit on the very top here. I'm going to put a little. And what would really be nice is a little ball on the top of the roof of the thing here. I'm going to add a little bit of that as highlights here. Okay. And the glass on this side gets the sun shining in. I think we're looking fine. A little bit more on the white here in the distance. Here we go. Right here where the sea meets the. right, there we go. There is our blue. Get a little more blue there. It looks sort of thin. All right. All right, I think we're done now. This is it. Seaside with the lighthouse, the crushing waves, and the boulders. And it's all acrylic. And if you want to touch in, you can use your little brush, your number 6, and cut in. And take a look at that one. Thank you.